Hey guys, this is Marcus Dashner. I'm a CYC member. C24 is my doc. And I'm sending this video and I'm hoping that it goes to all membership because there's something recently that came up that the board was seeking a vote on. The vote did not occur, but it's basically a 30-year agreement with the MBA, which is the boat club that uses our area and our building for the rowing activities. And the only reason I'm even concerned about it, because I normally don't get involved with the politics of the club, is because it's such a poor deal in my opinion. And so first I just want to lay it out so that all in membership understands. Currently we are leasing the building and water rights and ramp rights to MBA for $4,500 a month. And that's on a year-to-year lease. It's been going on for 3 years and it's currently expired and needs to be renewed. And that works out to about $54,000 a year in income, or roughly $66 per member per slip as a form of income to the balance sheet. Because the lease expired, MBA came, I guess, to the board, I don't know who specifically, but to the board in general, and said, hey, we want to do a 30-year lease. Originally, too, it was a 50-year, but now what they've done is a 20 with 2 additional 5s. I thought it was said 2 additional 10s in the meeting, but I was told 2 additional 5s that they could buy into. And so you're looking at a 30-year lease, and the terms of that lease are actually down from $4,500 a month to $4,166 a month. So that's down. So over the course of 30 years, that's actually a $160,000 loss compared to what we are. Of course, that does negate an increase every 5 years, which I believe was marginal. And I just think that it is a very bad move for the club to even consider a commitment of that magnitude. Now, it was argued that, well, the NBA is going to then, under that 30-year land lease, which gives them a lot of power, that they're going to tear down and rebuild the building, and that's a great benefit for everybody. Well, that's not a benefit, other than from an eyesore perspective, perhaps, but you're talking about, I'm 45, 55, 65, 70, I'd be 75 years old before I could park a bicycle in that building. So really the building improvements are negligible. They're not even arguable, in my opinion. And so because there was a letter sent and because there was already almost a vote, and if this had passed, it would have been horrible for the club. And so I just wanted to send originally a letter, but now I'm doing a video because I feel like a video conveys emotion a little bit better. I want to make sure that all membership has the opportunity to know these facts. So our board is looking at having a vote on a 30-year agreement for less money with marginal increases at 5-year points, that basically we have that's all theirs from that point. And so I think that it's a horrible deal. I think that everybody should say no. Now, that being said, I can't stand it when people get on a soapbox, but they also have no contributions to possible solutions that also increase revenues. And so I wrote down just a few things that I think we could present to MBA. And I also would like to say that this isn't the type of deal, in my opinion, where what's good for them and good for us. As a yacht club in a very exclusive part of town with very affluent membership, the deal is it's either good for us or it's not. And MBA is welcome to be there if we grant them the privilege. But no, it is a privilege. It's not something that we need. We can do without it, although we appreciate their desire to use the river, and we have a lot of membership that has MBA roots. So anyway, a few things I think we should propose is, first, this deal is just off the table. As it's written, it's just junk, gone. That's a hard no, and get past that because it's a horrible deal. But so we could right away with MBA, since they do need some sort of agreement to be on the property, go ahead and say, okay, well, y'all can stay on board month to month. We'll go up to $5,000 a month, and we can let that happen until either you find a new location that you like or until we decide that we no longer want the deal. So that way, at least we've got a month-to-month agreement that's written down on paper for everybody's interest. Option 2 is to go ahead and sign another 1-year lease. Because we haven't gone up in 3 years, I would recommend we go up by about 7%. So we sign them a lease at $4,838 per month, and they just get to use everything just like it is as it's been going for the past 3 years. Yeah, the eyesore still stays there. It still has a leaking roof, but the concrete and steel frame are still solid. And that's the most important part of a building. Heck, this building, I think, originally was built in the 60s, and I'm running a business out of it. The third option would be if the MBA would like to send some of their students to present to us a reason why we should give them, in my opinion, a maximum lease of 5 years. And if they give us a good presentation, then we absolutely consider it. And I definitely think that part of a 5-year term should be that they would put some money towards improvements. I've heard it said that the roof would approximately be $50,000. I imagine the outside of the building could be rewrapped for $50,000. And at that point, the whole building would look beautiful and new, and it may be a little more than that. I'm just throwing numbers from the hip. But perhaps if they agreed to do $75,000 improvements, we would even agree to put $50,000 with it if there was some sort of 5-year lease or something along those lines. And so I just wanted to share this video. I think it's important that everybody in the membership understands what's happening. I do know that Harvey, I believe his last name is Eisen, E-I-S-E-N. He's one of the longest members of the club. He has 2 grandkids, I understand, that are a part of the MBA group. And after having a conversation at the meeting recently where I voiced some of these same opinions, I mean, he pulled me outside and was very much against the deal and very much supportive of a lot of the things I've just said. And I think that says a lot because that's the oldest running member in the club, and he thinks this deal is also a disaster. So that's really all I have to say about it right now. I will say, keep in mind, guys, that money right now basically accounts for about $66 a month. And so even if it did go away, and that's $66 per member or per slip per month, but I mean, guys, that's like 10 gallons of gas. We're talking about half your tab at Jonathan's or a fifth of your tab at Blue Moon if you're also drinking. So, we're a yacht club. Everything's going to continue to appreciate. Nashville's becoming more desirable. And the last thing we want to do is tie that land up for over 20 years for breadcrumbs. So let's kill this deal, propose a few other options. Once all the dust settles, then we can make some decisions on where to go from there. Thank you. I appreciate your time.